wrestled my whole life. I've been involved in athletics, football, baseball, since I was a little kid, since I was 5 years old. Started wrestling when I was 8. And wrestling's been a big part of my life. I was wrestling year-round. My dad was taking me to all the toughest tournaments, outside of the state of Nevada. I'd go to California, everywhere around the nation, try to get the best competition. And I followed that into college, and it's really taught me, just a work ethic and the mental toughness needed in the fight game. My wrestling career, I was a 2-time high school state champion, went on to wrestle at Arizona State University on scholarship. I was a 3-time Pac-10 champion and a 2-time All-American.
I believe that person that wins a world championship has something different about them. Not only their competitors, but that they only visualize themselves winning. They do not step in there and think about losing. They do not fear losing. They do not fear an opponent. That psychological advantage, or whatever you want to call it, is more just their confidence in themselves, confidence in their training. And so up through high school and up through college, he was one of the best in the country. And now he's taken that, and now he's going to be the best in the world.
After college, I thought I was done being an athlete. I thought I was, going to get a job and just live a normal life and not have to worry about going to the gym. And I went out there and got a sales job, a 9-to-5 job. And it was fun for about a month or two, and then I just had that competitive fire burning. I've been an athlete my whole life, and it's just ingrained in me. So when MMA started becoming popular, and the UFC was just blowing up, and I watched wrestlers that were successful, coming from a wrestling background, kind of where I came from. And I thought about it, and I didn't want to be 50 years old looking back and thinking, hey, I could have been there, I could have done that. So right after, I quit my job, I started training full time, and, had my first fight, and, all different kind of emotions were going through my body. I was scared, I was excited, and didn't know what was going to happen. I didn't know if my skills would, transgress into the octagon, and went out there, and immediately I fell in love with the sport, fell in love with training, I fell in love with just, going in there with my best friends every day and just scrapping, and, and from then it just took off, and I fell in love with the sport. I like going out there and testing myself, one-on-one, man against man. There's nobody else to rely on but yourself. And so when you go out there, there's nothing sweeter than, putting in all the work and having that accumulate into one night and going out there and getting your hand raised.
Ryan Bader's overall toughness and strength really put him in that upper echelon of UFC fighters in the light heavyweight division. He is one of the hardest workers I've ever been around. He does not believe in taking second. He's unbelievably strong, unbelievably gifted as an athlete with his balance and his strength and movement. And I really believe that his ability to overcome adversity will prove a lot of doubters in this next fight, and he will get his hand raised.
Make it red, Henry. Make it red.
The psychological breakdown of a champion happens day in and day out in the practice room. Going in there, learning day in and day out, plugging away to goal, exploring your weaknesses and making them strengths. And I believe that's what a champion does. Knowing that the big picture is to be the best in the world, but that doesn't just happen overnight. It comes, those rigorous workouts, the training, the early morning runs, the staying after practice and doing extra.
Last one. Come on. One more time. One more time. One more time. Come on. Go till you fly off. Go till you fly off. That's good work, man.
Training camp down at Power MMA and Fitness in Arizona is intense. We got a bunch of guys that don't want to give an inch. A lot of them, we came from ASU. They have that wrestling mentality. Plus we have tons more, and we get in there and scrap every day. We spar hard. We're trying to take each other's heads off. not to hurt each other, but to make each other better and prepare, for an actual fight. We got a good group of guys down there. It's our support system, and we go to war every day in the gym. And got great trainers, and being in the fight, you never want to feel exhausted. You never want to feel that pain. So we try to get that out in the training camp, and I love it down there, and I would never want to be anywhere else. Won 5 6-minute rounds with studs. CB Holloway, UFC middleweight, 2-shoe UFC heavyweight. Greatest time, best fought around the world. It sucks when you're being in there the whole time, but that's what you got to do. You got to have that confidence, if anything. Going into a fight, knowing you can go the full 3 rounds. If you go 5, you go 6-minute rounds. 3 rounds is nothing. So we try to do that. We try to make it harder in here than it is in the fight. I'm just your average guy that just loves to compete, and I have something in my brain that makes me need to feel that. I need to be out there in front of a crowd and fighting or wrestling. I need to have that competition, and not so much just any competition, that one-on-one, just me against you. That's what I live for. I love just going in there, imposing my will and dominating somebody, whether it's wrestling, whether it's MMA. I live for the victory. And 5 years from now, I hope to have the light heavyweight championship and defended it many times. That's my goal. I'm not here to be mediocre. I'm not here to be on TV every once in a while and get a couple girls and do all that kind of stuff. I'm here because I want to be the best at what I do. And I'm in mixed martial arts, and I want to be, the UFC light heavyweight champion of the world. And I'm not going to stop until I get that. I'm going to be in there. I'm going to be training. I'm going to put my work in the gym until I reach those goals.
I do see Ryan Bader becoming the next light heavyweight champion of the UFC. He trains like it. He lives it. He breathes it. That's his life right now, is being the world champion. He sees Cain Velasquez do it, and now he's next in line for it as a Arizona State Sun Devil.
What makes me believe that I'm champion is just my mental attitude. I believe I can be a champion. I believe I can go out there and win. I believe I can go out there and put the work in, what it takes to be a champion. And without that in this sport, you're not going to go anywhere. You need to believe you're the best, and if you're in here to be mediocre, you need to leave. I'm here to be a champion. That's my #1 goal, and that's what I'm fighting for.